How's it going, everyone? Welcome back. Hopefully everyone's day is going well. Minus the Steelers fans, of course. You guys can, I hope your day blows. No, not really. It's great. I hope you guys all have a good day. Steelers fans, Bengals fans, it is what it is. Hope you guys have a great day. I hope your team loses by 30, but I hope you guys have a great day. We're talking Bengals Steelers. One of the most, if not the best rivalry, personally for me to watch over the years as a Bengals fan. There's been a lot going on. I mean, we've seen 4 NFL rule changes just in the past, 15, 16 years now, due to the Bengals and Steelers and hits on one another. But today, we're going to give our top 5 moments that have really built up this Bengals-Steelers rivalry. Let's come in now. Number 5, tough place to go here. Couldn't really figure out where we start. You had the Hines Ward hit on Keith Rivers, knocked him out. Keith Rivers, expected to be a really good player for this Bengals first-round draft pick. Really wasn't the same after Hines Ward broke his jaw. We're going to keep that one off the list and instead go with Ryan Shazier knocking out Giovanni Bernard, because it might have been one of the little pillars that built this rivalry for the next 10 years. Ryan Shazier would go lead with the helmet-to-helmet contact after Giovanni Bernard, which, let's face it, was a defenseless receiver in this case. He came up, caught the football, took 1-2 steps, turned around, and there was Ryan Shazier like, hello, what up, pal? Right in the side of the chops. Big hit in that game. There was some celebrating after that big hit in that game. It's going on both sides. Big hits, injuries, teams have celebrated it. You hear a lot about classless, which, you don't want to see anybody get hurt. But I don't think when you make a big hit, you expect the guy to originally be hurt. So when you see that celebration, it is what it is. You're going to celebrate the big play. Now, if it's post-game and you're like, yeah, I knocked that guy out, I'd be a little bit classless. Again, you don't want to see players get hurt. You want to see some physicality. You want to see some excitement out there, but you don't want to see guys get hurt. Coming in at number 4. Oh, yeah. Oh, baby. It's got to be TJ Houshmandzadeh, right? How can you forget it? Bengals off the map since 88. Literally off the map since 88. Coming in big and strong in 2005, TJ Houshmandzadeh and these Bengals beat the Steelers en route to winning the AFC North. TJ thinks it'd be a great day to go out and use the old yellow TP to clean off his cleats. Some call it a curse to what later occurs here. For now, though, you have to wonder if the TJ Houshmandzadeh towel moment is something that really began to build up this rivalry. One of the first things that became stepping stones or steps into making this rivalry bigger and bigger. You always have rivalries in sports, but you don't really have that nastiness in a lot of rivalries, and I think this is where it started. Gotta have it on the list. Number 3, Juju Smith-Schuster. Now listen, Bengals fan, clearly, I tell you what, that might be one of the, I don't know how to put it, wildest hits I've seen, wildest plays. And it was straight WWE-ish, if you would. I kind of liked it. I don't like seeing anybody get hurt. Again, clear that up. But from a pure entertainment standpoint, if Burfict gets up, he's perfectly fine here. It's like, man, even as a Bengals fan, you have to respect that. It was a retaliation hit for his team. And he just stood over Vontaze Burfict like, yeah, talk to me. You gotta put that on the list. That was impressive. Juju, one of the few pieces still part of this nasty rivalry over the years. It's tough to go through this list because on the one side, you want to see the physicality. And on the other side, you watch, you're like, man, this guy's a freaking prick. He's over here hoping injuries and cheering on the injuries of players. But we gotta remember something about football. You know what's weird about sports is it's taboo to talk smack and get in guys' faces and you get in trouble for it. But that is exactly what built UFC fighters, boxers, is that talking smack out there and then backing it up. It sells the tickets, it sells the pay-per-views. It's crazy that other sports are kind of so away from that. But, football combat sport. Football is a combat sport. It's like a car crash out there. A lot of people watch for those big hits. Now, I think there's you stay within a circle. There's a line you don't cross. I think there's a line you don't cross from taunting. You don't say certain things. You don't go, you guys know where I'm getting at with this. You don't cross certain lines when it comes to yelling and saying stuff to players. And you don't cross certain lines when it comes to hitting guys. And that is obviously leading with the helmet or aiming for another player's head. and or the knee area. But if you go out there and just make a big old hit, I remember that one on, was it Chad Johnson? Got German suplex, you know, it's like the guy's gonna get back up, he's all right. You gotta respect big plays like that. That just builds a rivalry and makes it exciting. You want to see players stay healthy, but you want to see stuff that really amps up a rivalry. Coming in at number 2, though, obviously, if Juju's 3, why is Juju 3? Because Vontaze Burfict gave him a reason to retaliate. Vontaze Burfict would knock out Antonio Brown in what is probably the most remembered moment, at least in the last 15 years, as a Bengals Steelers fan in this rivalry, where the Bengals were actually winning this game. Jeremy Hill fumbled it away. Defense came up strong. Steelers get the ball back again. Incomplete pass. Vontaze Burfict would go out there and hit Antonio Brown straight in the head. There's no other way to put it. You can always argue the hit because Antonio Brown bent over and you don't really project it as a player. But when you're Vontaze Burfict, you're not going to get that benefit of the doubt of being a dirty player. And he was leading in there full board regardless. So it is what it is. But that is something that, again, got Juju's attention. Not only get Juju's attention, but we watched Joey Porter go out on the field and help draw another 15 yards and help the Steelers win the game. Again, the Bengals had a couple teams over the past 30 years, over the past 30 years that felt like they had a chance to go places in the playoffs, and the Pittsburgh Steelers have been the reason that didn't happen both times. You can't forget about that, can you? Steelers fans tell you it ain't a rivalry for that reason. It's like, Bengals gotta win some of these. I don't disagree. You gotta win some of these. But number 1, where it all started. Speaking of teams that felt like they could go places, a team that really felt like they had a legitimate shot to win the Super Bowl. I won't forget it. Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, wild card matchup. Steelers are the wild card team. Steelers would go on to win this game and the Super Bowl. If that wasn't enough, Carson Palmer was the second play of the game. Hits Chris Henry deep. You won't forget it. 60-some yards. But some dude on the Steelers whose name I never knew how to pronounce. I'm not going to learn it today. Amalele something doo-da-da. I don't care. I don't like him. Goes low at Carson Palmer. Yet another rule added to the game of football after occurring. Goes low on Carson Palmer. Takes out the ACL. And what was one of the nastiest plays we've seen in this rivalry. It was a play that, to this day, I still think doesn't happen. The Bengals win that football game. That's one less Super Bowl ring for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Instead, Palmer carted up the field, and it was a play no one will ever forget. Because just like those players on that Bengals, those players on that Bengals team thought they was going places. You knew there was going to be retaliation throughout the years, nastiness throughout the years. We've seen some of the best players on both sides of the ball. Le'Veon Bell, again, Carson Palmer, Giovanni Bernard, Ryan Shazier, Juju Smith-Schuster, Antonio Brown. All of these big names on each side of the ball that have really built this rivalry. And that's what just makes it that much more exciting when you get the big guys in there, the most competitive, the best players. That's our top 5, though. Would love to hear your guys' thoughts. As always, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.